Draymond Green. Man in the middle, at 7'0", number 5, Mitchell Robinson. At the shooting guard position, standing 6'2", number 8, DeAnthony Melton. At the other forward position, 6 feet 7 inches, number 45, OG Anunoby. At the other guard position, standing 6'2", number 30, Stephen Curry. Your head coach is Steve Kerr. Let's hear it for your Golden State Warriors.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. We'll see Grant and Kamara playing it forward. Holiday out there with Matisse Thybulle. And it's Clingan in at the center, locking down the middle. And for the Warriors, we've got Mitchell Robinson. Green is out there with Anunoby. Then it's DeAnthony Melton. And it's Curry in at the point guard position. Well, Greg, hadn't this been a fun season so far? And it feels like the highlights just become more and more spectacular.
And that's because these guys are so competitive, trying to constantly one-up each other. And the fans are the beneficiaries.
Grant the pass to Holiday. Stolen by Robinson. Curry against Holiday. Curry looking around. Robinson sets a screen for Curry. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Melton. And the 3 off target. And so Grant will bring it up for the Trailblazers. Thybulle on the wing, guarded by Curry. Outside Holiday. Robinson pulls it in.
Well, they did a great job putting a body on him, and they didn't allow him to convert.
It's stolen by Thybulle. Down low. Here's Holiday. Back to Thybulle. Here's the floater. First quarter, about a minute and a half in. Curry on the wing. Shoots the 3. Connects from three-point range.
Curry is just lethal from outside.
And let's go to the sideline. Here's Allen.
Head coach Steve Kerr and I got a chance to talk for a bit. I asked Coach directly about his thoughts on facing Drew Holiday. We have to keep an eye on him at all times, Coach admitted, saying defense is where he has me most worried. He can be so disruptive. We really have to keep the ball away from him. Sounds like they'll try to avoid Holiday altogether on the offensive end. Back to you guys.
Terrific, Allie. We appreciate the report. It doesn't go for him.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
And DeAnthony Melton picks up the foul.
DeAnthony Melton.
That is his first foul of the game. And so Chauncey Billups decides to call timeout. He's going to take a few moments here to check in with his team and regroup. Seth Curry, he's checked in for Golden State. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Thybulle finds Kamara. Just 5 to shoot. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. The shot by Holiday, no good.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
To the left side wing. And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Robinson with the block. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will retain possession. A sensational block that definitely deserves another look.
And an early swat like that can really set the tone. Now the shooters will be feeling his presence.
We're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. Holiday with the three.
Struggling to get it going out there right now. I think he's pressing just a little bit too much.
I'm told now by our producer, do we have him, guys? Okay, we do. We have a call coming in from Shams Charania. Shams, thanks for joining us. What do you have?
Well, plenty of anticipation in Portland for this summer when the WNBA will return to the Rose City. The Fire will reclaim the name from Portland's initial two-year WNBA run from 2000 to 02. And this summer, with the momentum around the league, the hope is that flame will endure.
A new beginning. Okay, Shams, thank you for the report. Now here is Holiday. Still yet to score. Just 2 to shoot.
You know, words you hear a lot around Jrue Holiday is underrated. Enough really doesn't get said about his abilities on the floor, how he can affect the game on both ends.
Tim, some forget prior to the success of Stephen Curry, the Warriors were not considered a top-tier franchise.
Well, before he arrived in 2009, this was one of the lowest all-time winning percentages, but they have built a dynasty, and they are now considered one of the most valuable franchises in all of sports.
Curry gets the bucket.
Oh, nice feed. You can see how Curry makes their offense flow, even when he's not scoring.
Pass to Grant. Now Clingan. Now Kamara. Thybulle for three. Drills the three-pointer.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Yeah, just going back and forth. It is really competitive out there.
Now here's Curry. He averages about 5 points a game. The shot by Curry, no good. Portland trailing here. Grant dishes to Holiday. Pass to Thybulle. Three-pointer. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Robinson's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Outside Curry. Green with a screen for Curry. Inside. Grant against Curry. Thybulle. Good, and Grant gets the assist. Thybulle's got 5.
And they know for next time, don't let him establish position down low.
Well, you have to force a scorer away from his favorite place on the floor. In this case, you have to push him out or deny him the ball.
Curry wide open. Nailed from three-point land. Curry's got his second bucket.
It doesn't matter if it's off the bounce or off the catch. Curry never loses rhythm on his jump shot.
And so Chauncey Billups decides to call timeout. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust. Williams is checked in for Portland. Shaedon Sharpe comes in for Matisse Thybulle.
Substitution on the court.
Here's Holiday. Grant outside. Williams sets a screen for Grant. And Williams throws it down.
An unreal athlete. Williams gets off the floor with such ease to power it down.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
Porzingis with a screen on Holiday. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Grant outside. There's the triple. And Holiday with the basket on the assist by Grant. He has 5.
About time he got one to fall there. Before that, 6 straight misses to start this one.
Outside Curry from past the arc. Portland grabs the miss.
And Kevin, they need to be consistent with their effort on the boards. You look at the box score, and they're at a definite disadvantage.
Oh, nice job executing inside. Sharpe's confidence is what makes him such a dangerous player.
Here's Podziemski, guarded by Holiday. Podziemski. Curry outside. And Klingon pulls it down.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Holiday, the pass to Sharp. Back to Holiday. Williams sets a screen for Holiday. Offensive rebound. And it's Klingon with the jam.
And this young man lives on the offensive glass. Tough to stop Klingon when he's that close.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
And the basket by Curry. Sharp on the wing. 1 second left. 1 quarter in the books. It's been a close one so far. It's the Trailblazers. They lead by 2. Live from Chase Center, you're watching 2K Sports. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And taking a look at the Trailblazers' performance, what do you think they're doing or not doing?
Throughout that first, they just were aggressive on the defensive end, showing active hands.
They've disrupted the offensive flow, and they are making things miserable for any ball handler.
All right, guys, I'm told we're about to connect to our insider, Shams Charania, who has a beat on some. Hey, Shams, what's the story?
Thank you, Kevin. The story today from Boston Nation as the Celtics already have been altering the roster. They're clearly excited to acquire Luka Doncic, a massive addition to their squad. They'll count on Luka having the ball in his hands quite a bit, whether it's scoring or playmaking. Doncic provides massive value for this offense. The whole league is talking about this move. It's buzzing. Can't wait to see how it turns out.
Always some exciting news happening in the NBA. We thank Shams for always bringing it to us. On the floor for Portland, Henderson and Sharp are the guards. Williams is out there with Sam Hauser. And it's Krejci in at the 3 slot. Some early scuffles for the 3rd pick overall in 2023, but Tim Scoot Henderson coming on strong.
Well, he is slowly improving his efficiency. He has a long way to go, but with those physical tools and work ethic, I wouldn't bet against him.
Now here's Williams. Pass to Sharp. 6 to shoot. Lets it go from deep. Hauser misses.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Anunoby has screen on Henderson. Driving inside. That one goes. Count it.
Yeah, I love that. He comes off the pick and takes it right to the hole.
Portland leading. Now let's take a minute to talk to Allie LaForce courtside. Allie.
Thank you, Kevin. The Warriors are trying to maximize what Steph Curry has left. Coach Kerr said, quote, "What we're watching with Steph is one of the greatest artists of all time in his twilight. What can we do to give him the best chance to perform, to make the game easier for him?" That's where we are. Guys, back to you.
Looking to stay in the mix. Allie, we thank you very much. And Post gets it to go.
Yeah, scoring off of missed shots. That's a big part of his game.
Henderson looking it over. Pass to Krejci. Henderson outside. Here's Sharp. Offline with his 3. The Warriors have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the 2nd. Here's Curry. Williams with the block.
The reach of Williams is outstanding. He uses it to perfection to deny shooting.
When you think about clutch players, Greg, you think scoring. But is that accurate, or can clutch be in any facet of the game?
It's in all phases. And you think of guys who always seem to come up with that crucial rebound or that big-time stop. The clutch comes down to will as much as skill.
Curry's checked in for the Warriors. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Klingon, he's checked in for Williams. Toumani Camara comes in for Sam Hauser. Matisse Thybulle checked in for Sharp, and it's Drew Holiday in for Henderson. Here's Krejci. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. Krejci's got 4 points in the quarter.
And I
I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from range.
Yeah, he was so ready to answer that. These teams are just battling.
Post with it. Klingon covering. Back to Podziemski. It's stolen by Thibault. To the middle. Here's Klingon. And a missed late. And so Anunoby will bring it up for Golden State. Trailing by 2. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. Here's Post. Covered by Kamara. Curry. That's good.
Well, defending Curry before he catches the ball is so important. He's got such a quick release.
The Trailblazers have gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. And so Chauncey Billups decides to call timeout. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. Changes here for the Warriors. Mitchell Robinson's checked in for Quentin Post. Draymond Green comes in for Moses Moody. And it's DeAnthony Melton in for Brandon Podziemski. Grant, he's checked in for Portland. Now, here's Grant. You know, Tim, with the length and agility that Jeremy Grant possesses, he can be a tricky matchup.
Yeah, his shooting percentages have tailed off a bit of late, but for a former second-round pick, he's having a tremendous career.
You know, Greg, being a two-way player got Jeremy Grant into the NBA. But now he's grown even more.
Yeah, early on in his career, he was often the primary defender on elite scorers. Then he added scoring to his game in Detroit, becoming an effective two-way player.
Portland's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Holiday sets the pick for Grant. To the wing right side. A wide open look here for Klingon. Good, and Grant gets the assist. Grant's got 5 assists tonight. Curry against Holiday. Outside Robinson. Pass to Curry. Launches a 3. And Klingon pulls it down. Klingon's got 5 rebounds tonight. Holiday finds Klingon. Anunoby against Grant to the left wing. Melton with the steal. And here we go. Fast break. Curry's got it. The kick out to Anunoby. Grant the pass to Holiday. 3-pointer. Kamara misses.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Pass to Melton. Outside Robinson. And here is Curry, guarded by Holiday. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
Well, oftentimes illegal screens fall into a gray area, but that time he got called for it.
Now, here's Grant. Lock at 6. Outside Holiday. Beyond the arc. Robinson pulls it in. Robinson's got 7 rebounds in the game. Pass to Melton. Back to Curry. Can they get it? Steph, perfection from the arc.
And that makes it 2 3-pointers in the quarter so far at 4 for the game.
Here's Holiday. Here's Kamara. On the wing, Melton. Still without a basket. Curry on the wing. From deep. And the Warriors, another 3. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Warriors.
They're really mucking things up for the opposition, racking up steal after steal, just not letting them develop any kind of offensive rhythm.
And also a big factor has been their rim protection. They've been very active rotating to the basketball quickly. Just great effort so far on that end.
Now Curry, following Drew Holiday's three-point attempt. In the corner, it's Melton. Back to Curry. Here's the three. The three-pointer's right on target. Curry's got the lead up to 4 now for the Warriors.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
Here's Grant. Shoots over Anunoby. It's been all about Stephen Curry for the Warriors. He totaled 14 points in the quarter. He's given them all the offense they need right now. Well, we've got a moment now. Let's go courtside to Allie LaForce. Allie.
I'm with Coach Kerr. After that first quarter, how would you rate the second?
Yeah, much better. That looked much more like us. We were more under control, allowed our defense to play in the half court because we were getting better offensive possession.
The team really settled in. Thanks, Coach.
All right, Allie, thanks for that. We'll be right back after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We'll see you in just a moment.
And we thank you for joining us at halftime. The Golden State Warriors are in a closely contested game.
They're clicking from outside. Hard cuts to the ball and a few bone-jarring screens. Man, they have a high quality of looks.
They've been cashing in on those. We'll see if the sharp shooting continues. And now we get to check out the top performers from their respective teams in that first half.
Brought their A games. This is what it means to try to put a team on your shoulders, Ernie.
What do you mean? I've been carrying you on this show for years.
That's not entirely true. I'd say maybe the first 2 years.
And that is a wrap. Now let's send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third quarter.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Curry has been sensational.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Well, and I expect they're going to continue to lean on him as we continue in this game. Why not? The way he's playing right now offensively.
Warriors leading by 4. And Tim, it came out this past summer that the Trailblazers were for sale.
And with the entirety of the proceeds of that sale going to charitable causes, and with franchise value skyrocketing league-wide, a lot of good is going to come from this transfer.
Draymond Green is out there with Anunoby. Then it's DeAnthony Melton. Then it's Mitchell Robinson. And it's Curry in at the point. That's Steve Kerr's 5 as we get into the second half. And here is Grant after the three-pointer from Stephen Curry. 3 on the clock, and Holiday has it in the corner. That 3 off target. Had some space there after the little pump fake. Curry against Holiday. On the wing, Anunoby. Melton feeling it out a bit. Over Holiday. Curry can't get it to go.
The defense really didn't do enough to alter that shot. It's simply a miss.
Pass to Grant. Now, here's Thibault. Now, Clingan. Guarded by Robinson. A nice shot by Clingan. Clingan's got 8 points.
Well, the combination of his length with that shooting range makes him a huge part of this offense.
Outside Curry. And the Warriors tack on 2 more.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of them.
Trailblazers trail by 6. And so Chauncey Billups decides to call timeout. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline. Tim, at one point, your dream was to play professional baseball. Why did you switch?
Kevin, it really came down to this. Hit a growth spurt when I was 14 years old, and I decided to go try this basketball thing that first year in high school. As it turns out, what I fell in love with, I didn't need anybody else to get better. I had an insatiable work ethic. It lent itself to hours and hours on the basketball court by myself.
That is such an interesting perspective. Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Quinton Post is checked in for Robinson. Grant Williams comes in for Green. Moody's checked in for OG Anunoby. And Curry subbed in for DeAnthony Melton. 2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. Klingon finds Thibault. Shot clock at 6. Holiday with the 3.
Oh, you have a feeling this would be a completely different game if it wasn't for his brutal shooting performance.
Holiday against Curry. Right side Curry from the arc. And it's Portland with the rebound. Thibault on the wing. Defended by Moody. Pass to Grant. With the fadeaway. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Post has got 6 rebounds in the game.
That's a cold start out of the break. Only one of his first 4 has he gotten to go.
Here's Curry with the 3, and Klingon pulls it down.
Tonight has just not been his night. It's that simple. Luckily, they have found success elsewhere.
Tim, walk me down the Donovan Klingon pick at number 7 in the 2024 draft. What do you think the thinking was there?
Well, Kevin, I just think people viewed him as a winner, a 2-time collegiate champion, and then most importantly, that rare young big man that wants to play center and anchor the paint.
And there's the call on Matisse Thybulle. That is his first foul of the game. Little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third.
Hey, who's watching though?
Pass to Curry over Holiday, and Curry the bucket on the assist by Curry. Curry's got 7 points here in this quarter. And here's Holiday who will bring it up for Portland. 6-point game. They host the Kings after this game. That game is the first and last of their homestand. It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot, guys. All defensive guard Drew Holiday talked about guarding some of the younger players coming into the league, and he said the game has changed significantly. They morphed with it. They're quick, athletic, and they all play the game a lot differently than when I came into the league. Back to you, Kevin.
It is a new day. Allie, we thank you very much. Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Mitchell Robinson's checked in for Quinton Post. Green comes in for Grant Williams. Anunoby, he's checked in for Moody. And it's DeAnthony Melton in for Curry. And Portland has possession after the 3-pointer from Stephen Curry. Grant for 3. Robinson pulls it in. Robinson's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. Curry against Holiday. Anunoby left side to the inside. 5 to shoot. Klingon with the steal. Pass to Thibault. Here's Kamare. Klingon with it. He's got 10. Back to Holiday. Shot clock at 5. Here's Kamare. Guarded by Green. And the basket by Kamare. Tipped away. Warriors leading by 5. Now here's Melton. Nothing on the board. And another 3 for Golden State.
Those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been tripled.
Oh, and here comes Robinson all alone.
Yeah, the defender all over.
And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Warriors.
Well, I've been impressed with the ball movement all game long. They're really looking to just make that extra pass.
Yeah, they have been dialed in from deep. The 3-pointer has been there all night for them.
Williams, he's checked in for Portland. Shaden Sharp comes in for Drew Holiday. Grant gets a wide open look. Knocks down the 3 ball. Grant's got 5 points now this quarter. Golden State's gone 3 of 5 with the long ball since entering the second half. And here's Melton. Pass to Curry. Fires for 3. Connects again from distance. buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
Now Kamara. The kick out to Williams. Now here's Thibault. He's guarded by Melton. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Sharp. Here's Kamara. No good with the triple.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Anunoby against Sharp to the paint. Here's Grant. It's rebounded by Golden State. Robinson's got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. Anunoby outside. Green with a screen on Sharp. Baseline jumper. Anunoby, no good.
Well, that's a shot he should make a majority of the time.
Now Sharp. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Right side, Williams. Not going to go that time. Warriors leading by 8. On the wing, Melton. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Sharp on the wing. Guarded by Kerr. Grant against Green. And it's Thibault in the corner. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Grant.
Well, you can't let that happen. That seems like a mental mistake.
There's 10 seconds left to play here in the third. Outside Curry with 1 on the clock. Good as the jump shot falls. Curry's got the lead up to 10 now for the Warriors. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Warriors lead by 10. And we'll be back with you right after this. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate. And how about the setup this was?
Yeah, the pass was so effective. Great job moving the ball with purpose.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. On the court for the Trailblazers, Holiday in the backcourt with Henderson to his side. Sharp out there with Sam Hauser. And it's Williams at the foul.
Just an excellent feel for the game. Scoot Henderson understands how offense is played.
Warriors leading by 8. And the foul on Drew Holiday.
Drew Holiday.
That's his first foul.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Podziemski, guarded by Holiday. Anunoby, a screen on Holiday. Here's Podziemski, and he slams it one-handed.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot. Greg frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Yeah, not only does he create the space he needs, but then he attacks downhill.
There's some defense for you. For someone who's as good at shooting the 3-ball as he is, you need a defender who's equally good at guarding against him.
Podziemski with it, guarded by Holiday. Here's Curry, and the Warriors tack on 2 more.
Very difficult to stop team play when the ball's moving. Excellent find with the pass to create that scoring opportunity.
To the inside, Williams kicks to Anderson. Good. The nice assist for Williams.
Such a confident young man. Scoot just goes for it.
Here's Podziemski, guarded by Holiday. There's a good screen. Down low. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. And the Warriors lead by 11.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
And they are just breaking the will of their opponent.
And he uses the glass on the layup.
A really smart player. Holiday can find the spaces inside and exploit them for points.
And we've got a timeout called by Steve Kerr. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear, and immediately. Williams is checked in for Golden State. Stephen Curry comes in for Curry, and the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Donovan Clingan, he's checked in for Henderson. Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
I was able to listen in on what Steve Kerr had to say to the team. He said, keep it going, guys. Ride this wave of momentum. We're playing great right now, but we can't let up. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Allie. And here's Sharp after the three-pointer from Stephen Curry. Curry against Sharp. Here's Clingan. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
And when someone as big as Donovan Clingan gets going, he's so hard to stop. Keep feeding the big fella.
Curry on the wing. Fires the three. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
They get a hand on it. Here's Mooney. Pass to Curry. A three. And Clingan pulls it down. Holiday left side. Look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Fires the three. And the basket by Hauser. Hauser's got it back down to within single digits for the Trailblazers. Here's Podziemski, guarded by Holiday. Curry against Sharp. Clock at 6. This one for three, and no good that time. Trailblazers trail by 7. Hauser with the ball. Out left to the wing. Here's Clingan. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Pass to Podziemski. Here's Post. Clingan covering. It's Curry outside. Buries it from three-point range. Curry's got 6 points in the quarter.
On the offensive end, Curry both prolific and efficient.
Back to Sharp. The three. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time.
And now they're shooting it pretty well. That was not something we would have said in that first half.
Williams, a screen on Holiday. Curry outside. Good, another from 3. You can tell he is feeling it.
Kevin, he's on fire.
And so Chauncey Billups calls for the timeout. He's very aware of the timing here and the significance of getting things squared away with his team. Robinson's checked in for Quentin Post. OG Anunoby comes in for Moody. And Curry subbed in for Brandon Podziemski. And then for the Trailblazers, Toumani Camara. He's checked in for Williams. Grant comes in for Sam Hauser. And Matisse Thybulle subbed in for Sharp.
Teams will foul Clingan. Free throw shooting right now, something he's got to work on.
First team foul. At the line for the Trailblazers.
He throw good. Clingan.
2 shots.
And Clingan drops them both. Warriors leading by 6. Taken away by Holiday. And it's the Trailblazers on the break.
Golden State foul call. Seth Curry. First personal foul. Second team foul.
The first free throw is good.
Shooting for Portland. Matisse Thybulle. 2 shots.
He hits one and misses one, each at the line. Warriors have gone 6 of 9 on their field goal attempts since the start of the fourth quarter. Outside Robinson. Here's Curry beyond the arc. And again.
And it's hard to believe how many times he's lit up the scoreboard like this.
He's coming very close to tying the mark for fourth most 50-point games in NBA history.
And for Jeremy Grant, what an interesting journey. He's been a go-to guy, a role player, starter, second team member. I mean, he's done it all.
So the first one drops, and that narrows the gap to 7. So he gets them both.
And great work at the line there to chip away at the lead. A few more productive trips here, and things could really get interesting.
Now here's Curry from outside. Not gonna go. Here's Holiday. Now Kamara. And he jams it in.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long? Now here's Curry. Curry takes advantage. That J is good.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
Well, you just have to communicate those switches. If you don't, it's on you.
Here's Kamara. Let's lose a 3. Holiday outside. There's a screen by Kamara. Another shot. Good!
And what's scary about Clingan, he's still learning how to score around the rim. Donovan will only get better.
And so Steve Kerr calls for the timeout. Pivotal moment in this game. He's not taking any chances. He'll call time. Sun changes for Golden State. Draymond Green, he's checked in for Grant Williams. Moody comes in for OG Anunoby. And it's DeAnthony Melton in for Seth Curry. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Second personal foul. Second team foul.
They double team Curry. Now here's Melton. Defended by Thibault. And out of bounds as the Trailblazers gain possession. Holiday looking for an opening. Thibault on the wing. He's guarded by Melton. Lays it in off the window.
That is world class.
What a huge shot at this point in the game.
And now we've got the intentional foul.
Had to foul and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. And no good on the second free throw. So he goes 0 for 2 there.
Yeah, just a golden opportunity that's lost right there. Now, we still got a game.
And so Chauncey Billups calls for the timeout. This is a huge moment, folks, in this game. And he wants to be prepared. And talking about the approach now, what are they looking at?
Big chance here to tie it with a bucket.
Well, there's no room for error here. They need to draw up something that they can execute quickly.
And he's stroking it well, but he just hasn't shown the aggressiveness that they need out of him. Probably in front by more if he was taking.
And we've got a timeout called by Steve Kerr. The magnitude at this juncture in the game clearly warranting a timeout. Taken away by Holiday. And regulation now complete. We will go to overtime. And we'll return shortly. Well, 4 quarters weren't enough to decide this ball game. Sit back and enjoy as we move on to overtime. So, Tim, I'm sure it's hard to pick one, but who would you call the most underrated player right now in the NBA?
I think it's Pascal Siakam, and I have felt that way for a few years. I just think you're talking about someone who has great energy, plays both ends of the floor, and is a matchup nightmare because of his versatility.
And began kind of in oblivion. He had to play some time in the G League and work his way up.
Became the most improved player.
And again for 3.
Another 3. I'm not sure I've seen a better three-point shooting night.
They just keep pouring in. This is a top 5 all-time single game for three-point shots made. And he banks the layup in.
Yeah, Jeremy Grant can be very physical for a wing. I love when he goes inside with force.
We play just over a minute here in OT. Stephen Curry, good, another from 3.
And all game long, the threes have been pouring in for him. There is no stopping his shot.
And this is already a game he'll never forget. He's trying to make it a game that the world never forgets.
Well, give the defender credit. Sometimes it's enough to force the miss.
Does not go. Trailblazers trail by 4. Now Holiday. Stolen by Robinson. Now here's Curry. And here's Melton. Fires the 3. And it misses. Trailblazers have gone 1 of 3 from the floor since the start of overtime. Here's Grant. Got it to go off the glass.
Well, that's what you love about Grant. He wants the ball in the big spots.
And so Steve Kerr calls for the timeout. There was no hesitating. He wants to talk to the team right now. And the Warriors have some changes. Moses Moody, he's checked in for OG Anunoby, and Curry subbed in for DeAnthony Melton. Curry against Howard. Here's Curry. Takes the 3. And it goes out of bounds. That went off Robinson.
And what a time to get sloppy. A close game like this, you cannot be getting loose with the ball.
Now Grant. We're just over 2.5 minutes into overtime in this exciting game. Now Curry. Layup, no good. There's the drive.
Well, for what he lacks in height, he's more than makes up for it with his bounce.
And so Curry will bring it up for the Warriors. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Curry deciding where to go with it. Green with a screen for Curry. Just 5 on the clock. Rips it down with 2 hands.
And Green showing you he's been here before, rising to the moment.
And we've got a timeout called by Chauncey Billups. Coach clearly feeling the necessity to regroup with so much at stake here.
On the court, your next star. Fans will rock.
Outside Grant. Robinson there for the rebound. 2 points here might be all the cushion they need.
You would think so. This game is theirs for the taking.
Now Curry. Shot clock at 6. The shot from 20 connects with the chain.
Well, controlling your heart rate in big moments like this is something that coaches talk about, and this guy can do it.
Now a timeout called by Portland. There's 21 seconds left to play in the first overtime. And what's their best move at this point?
They're trying to get back in this thing. They need a score.
You have to be smart here. If they're successful, the foul has got to happen quickly.
There's a screen by Kamara.
A fearless shot there by Holiday. With the whole team counting on him, he is able to come through.
And they commit an intentional foul. Let's see another one of those so they can get into the penalty. It's a one-point game and an intentional foul right there.
Second personal foul. Second team foul. Taking 2 shots.
And the first of 2, no good. Heartbreaking. That's good. Going 1 of 2 from the line, and that will put them up by 2. Outside Holiday. Left side Grant.
Golden State foul call. Moses Moody. First personal foul. First team foul. At the line for the Trailblazers.
He hits the first one, and that narrows the gap to 1. And Grant drops them both.
He can't have any more pressure on you than he had at the line right there. Shows you what he's made up as he's able to tie it up.
And we've got a timeout called by Steve Kerr. And he knows there's no room for mistakes and wants everyone on the same page. Curry fires. He got it again. Sensational.
And another stunning accomplishment in his career. He's now tied for 4th most 60-point games in league history.
He is one of the most exciting offensive players the NBA has ever seen. In fact, I don't think you can make an argument against that. So it's a narrow victory for the Warriors, pulling out the W. They escaped with a victory, although they needed an extra period to get it done.
Yeah, but what a great game. I mean, both teams, I felt like, gave it their all. But when it came to OT, it was just all about sheer determination on their part.
Now we have a moment to go courtside. Allie LaForce has got something for us.
Thanks a lot, guys. Draymond, congratulations on this win. What did you like best about your effort tonight?
Offensively, our rhythm was good. So, we had some bad turnovers, so we could have completed those. It would have been really good. But overall, I think we all had it going. It's a good night for us.
You made up for it in other ways. Congrats on the win.
And as always, Allie, thank you so much. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. Along with Tim Legler, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan saying thank you once again for being with us here tonight on 2K Sports. And now, our player of the game, Stephen Curry.